Hello everyone, welcome back to We Know What You Like, Lucia here. Today on the channel we are watching Hell's Paradise episode 7. This one's called Flowers and Offerings. Before we get started on a little recap, I do want to give a shout out to Moonim, one of our Patreon subscribers, who after I started watching the show, because it won the poll, she then proceeded or read the manga, and she tells me that she expects that it will be 2 seasons and that it was good. So I look forward to it. So yeah, shout out to you, Moonim. She's been with me with the channel for a while, since the Berserk days, so shout out to you. And yeah, I look forward to getting to know these characters more. Right now, I don't particularly have a favorite, if I'm not being honest. I'm not like suckered for any of them in terms of emotionally. Why not? Probably because they keep dying so fast. I think there's something sus about that personally, and I'm like, you know, that's just me. Last episode, what happened last episode? You know, I saw it last week, but I feel like I've watched so much stuff in between then. I'm like, what happened? We had the brothers, the one blonde brother was like drinking the blood and is like, well, it's from an animal. I was like, no. That one guy died. I forgot his rank and his name, but that big old swipe. We also learned more about the giant guy who is like to eat and hunger. And, you know, we had like a little flashback when he was a child, like, it's okay, you were never satisfied, your hunger. And I was like, okay, are they doing the whole Demon Slayer thing where, you know, well, not just Demon Slayer, but the Demon Slayer thing, we're like, okay, this demon's about to die, let me get a little bit of that backstory. But I was like, I don't really care about this giant who munches on people, so like, he dead. And that's what happened there. But yeah, the fights are going on, shit's happening, there's a lot of confusion still. And, yeah, let's do this. Remember, everyone, if you're watching this episode on YouTube, we're honestly like 4 episodes ahead on Patreon. We're like, with the air dates, you know, like a couple days after, you know, the episode releases. So I'm ahead over there on Patreon. Also on Patreon is the uncut of this episode, so there's that as well. Pretty easy to sync up your copy with my reaction. Watching this on Crunchyroll. But yeah, let's get started. Pin comment for the reaction highlights. Let's start right now. The Tensen are 2 gods who are the executioners, the rulers, who according to some religions were hermits. It's really interesting how this island is not dividing, but like using different religious sort of things. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like turning on the head of the beliefs of the different religions and mixing them up, it kind of seems like. But also, the Tensen, 2 dudes, I don't even know if they're guys, but beings, gods, they can, which this makes sense, considering they're gods, they can shapeshift the physical bodies at will. What's her name? May? If she was born on the island, she's the most human-esque of the creatures we've seen so far besides the Tensen. I wonder if she's their offspring and they were able to change their reproductive organs and, you know, have her that way, or if they were just like another child being was formed, you know, and the other part of them just grew. So we knew about, you know, the people growing, you know, in the flowers and stuff like that. We knew about that, so that's not a surprise. But it's still really cool to see it in the wells. So I need them to get out of that well. But, you know, the one brother did drink some of the blood, so I wonder if that's gonna be a hindrance or a help to him. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, they got there really fast because they literally went to the middle because that's where the Tensin are, and that's where I think that's where they said the Tensin is because I know the Elixir's there, and it makes sense if the Tensin's in like the inner gate, you know. So yeah, we're starting to meet characters that are in the intro more, but there's still a lot of characters we haven't met, so that's it. That would be fun. Yeah, it was a good episode. Just breathe, take it easy. It's okay. I want to know about that power fire fist thing that the little girl did. That was cool. I'll see you next time though for episode 8. Bye.